Hi, girls, and welcome back to Self Care Black Girls, a podcast where we relax, sip tea, and chat about bettering ourselves as black girls. I'm BB, and I'll be helping guide you to make better choices in your daily lives. So, welcome back, ladies and gents, not judging, and welcome to the podcast. If this is the first episode you're hearing, I'm BB, and this week's episode, if you listened last week, I said I may be making a part two to last week's episode if I could, if I had a sufficient amount of tips to give. And I do. I came up with five more. And because I go into a little detail about each tip, I felt that was enough to make another episode, a part two. So here we are. Part two to surviving the school year / semester. Let's get into it. The first tip that I have is to keep yourself looking good. Now, I know in the last episode I said something, one of the last tips was trying not to impress anybody, impress other people. But what I mean by keeping yourself looking good is to not walk around looking like a bum 24/7, like I've been doing for the past 3 weeks. Hey, make sure your hair is done, or at least presentable. Um, like I said, don't walk around like a bum 24/7. Yes, bumming is very comfortable, but don't do it all the time, Pick 1 or 2 days out of the week to, look like somebody. Make sure you're carrying yourself, like you should be. Don't let people look at you and be like, oh, they're a slouch, they don't do anything, they're lazy. You don't want people to have that, that mentality about you. So just make sure that you look your best, or you look decent, and that you're not making yourself look like a complete bum. I mean, there's nothing wrong with being a bum, but you don't want to look like that all the time. You want people to know that you can, slay. You want people to know that you can bring stuff to the table when you want to, And it doesn't have to be, a hardcore slay, full face of makeup, dressed to the T like you're going to meet God, but, put, a nice pair of jeans or shorts, some decent, some nice shoes, maybe a light face of makeup, make sure your hair is groomed, eyebrows groomed, nails, something simple like that. Yeah. The next tip, get some sleep. I know I said a little while ago I always go into detail about my tips that I have in each episode, but this one I'm not. I have a multitude of episodes where I talk about the importance of getting sleep. A majority of them I have gone into detail about getting sleep. So please just get sleep. I don't know a specific number episode to go back to, but I know if you go back to my earlier ones, I talk a lot about them, about getting sleep. So go listen to one of them. Get some sleep. It's recommended that an adult get anywhere from, I think it's either 6 to 9 or 7 to 9 hours of sleep. So make sure you're getting roughly 6.5, 7 hours of sleep at least. Okay. Next, don't worry about what other people say about you. And I kind of touched on this on the last one when I was talking about, don't try to impress people. People are going to say what they want to say. People are going to talk about you when you're alive. People are going to talk about you when you're dead. So, don't feed into it. Don't join the drama. I also mentioned that in the last episode. Don't feed into what they want is a reaction, so they can say, "Ooh, well, she's always, jumping in stuff that doesn't pertain to her," or, yada yada yada. Don't give them what they want. Don't give them that reaction, because when they get that reaction, they're gonna make you look like the bad guy. They're gonna make them look like the innocent person, and that make you look like the crazy person that just snapped on them for no reason. So do not give them a reason to make you look bad. Don't feed into it. If they got something to say, let them say it. And you go about your merry way. Okay. mind your business. Mind the business that pays you, which is what they should be doing. But since they're apparently too childish to do that, you mind your business, okay? It can be hard, but it's possible. The next tip that I have is to always eat something. Okay, that sounds stupid. The next tip is to eat something. Um, Obviously, that goes without saying, but a lot of people get up in the morning and, they do not eat breakfast. Breakfast has been proven to be the most important meal of the day. It provides, you with energy to, get through the morning. Um, it makes it a lot easier to eat, 3 rounded meals a day. Not saying that they're going to be healthier, but you will eat, 3 square meals a day if you eat breakfast, and you won't have to rely wholeheartedly on coffee and energy drinks and stuff like that to get through the morning. Sorry, y'all. Okay. You won't have to rely on like energy drinks and caffeine and, all that stuff to get you through the morning. Breakfast, it provides energy. It fills you because, mind you, you've been asleep, hopefully for, at least 6.5, 7 hours, which means you hadn't eaten in that long. So you need to, refill, recharge your body. Also, a free tip: drink water in the morning when you wake up. Try to drink a glass of water in the morning, to get your immune system going. Well, your immune system and your digestive system going, before you eat. And yeah, so just make sure you're not skipping out on breakfast, and it doesn't have to be a big breakfast. It could be a bowl of cereal. It could be, if you want to cook some eggs, maybe oatmeal, or a breakfast bar. It doesn't have to be anything fancy. Just make sure you're eating breakfast. And lunch and dinner, but specifically talking about breakfast. Eat something. And then the last tip is to learn some time management. Be able to manage your time. We are high school or college students, meaning we're not always 100% of the time gonna want to be doing schoolwork. That's just common sense, common knowledge. Nobody wants to spend their whole high school and college career only doing, schoolwork. So make sure that you're utilizing, a planner or the calendar app on your phone and all that stuff to manage your time. So, you have a set amount of, hours or day, set day that you want to work on, classwork, and a set amount of time that you're gonna make yourself free to hang out with friends or to go see that movie or to go to that dinner or whatever the case may be. Make sure that you can pick specific times out to get everything that you need to get done. Schoolwork, any job work if you're working, and extracurricular activities. You're setting time out to get the stuff that you need to get done, but also that you're setting time out to get things that you want to get done. If that makes sense, like going to a movie, hanging out with your friends, going to a party and whatnot. Just make sure that you're not pushing a necessity to the side for a want, okay? That makes sense. And I also have a few episodes on managing your time and getting organized. Yeah, and I think both of those are in the title of the episode. Like I said, I'm not sure which specific episode it is, but if you go back and look, it's in the title. I think they were a part of my Me Time series that I did a while back. So make sure you go and check those episodes out if you want more information on managing your time and getting organized. Because once you do that, accomplishing your goals is going to be a piece of cake. All right. But that's all I have for you all for this week. I hope you all enjoyed. If you have any questions about anything, please feel free to contact me. I will get back to you as soon as I can with answers based on my knowledge. Mind you, I'm only 19, so I'll based on my knowledge, I will get back to you with what I know. And if I have to Google, look up anything, I'll do that too. But thank you all for listening. I hope you all have a great rest of your week, and I'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks for listening this week. If you have any questions, want to share a story, or be featured in our Q&As, send them to me at selfcarebgirl@gmail.com or submit them on my blog at selfcareblackgirls.com. While you're over there, subscribe and join so you never miss anything. Subscribe, rate, and review us on iTunes to help spread the word. You can also donate one time or monthly by clicking on the Patreon link on my blog. There are rewards. Thanks again for listening, and don't forget to stay beautiful.